Hey everyone, I'm Cory, Medical Exercise Director for CoreLife. Thank you for watching today's video. Today we're going to talk about posture and a couple exercises that I always have patients do, and even myself, to enhance and put myself in proper alignment regarding joints and things like that. So we'll go over those exercises in a bit. It is worth mentioning, however, that these are not the only exercises that you should do or can do. Posture is really something that's top to bottom, bottom to top. Every single muscle plays a role. So while these exercises will help, this particular video is not the end all be all. You want to be cognizant of posture every day, and you want to bring in all sorts and all types of exercises to help yourself and put yourself in a good position. So this is a good starting point, but by no means is the ending point of posture. This is really just to help get you guys thinking about how to carry yourselves in a day-to-day, and then some exercises that you can kind of do to supplement that. Before I jump in really quick, we are still closed, so if you're looking to meet with your care team, please give us an email or just call your office directly, and they will go ahead and actually schedule you for a virtual visit in which you can meet with your care team through a video platform. So please keep that in mind. So I'll jump back here. The exercises that we're going to go over are going to be hinging, glute and scap squeezes. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in a resistance band here for a couple other exercises such as rowing. And then there are some pull apart, kind of like back of the shoulder type exercises that I'll review. The reason that I like to use a band, and will actually with my videos increasingly use a band, is because it adds just the right type of stimulus to the muscle. It's not to say that bodyweight exercises aren't good, but it's a little easier when you have some form of equipment such as a resistance band that's super lightweight and you can kind of travel with it. It's very easy and more convenient to pull off some of these exercises when you have that. So you'll start to see with these videos, I'm going to use a band in addition to some bodyweight exercises. All right, but let's get to it. So the first exercise that I'm going to demonstrate is actually going to be that glute and scap squeeze. So completely body weight, very simple to pull off. You can really do it anywhere. But the first couple things that I do is I pinch my shoulder blades, and then I squeeze my butt muscles, and then I relax. Pinch my shoulder blades, squeeze my butt muscles, and then I relax. So those two muscle groups are really the ones that kind of stabilize and support our upper and lower body, especially the glutes. So I want to make sure that before I jump into any larger exercise, I just warm those areas up. So to recap, I'll do about 10 reps here. To recap, I'm just squeezing my glutes and my scapula at the same time, and I'm just going to go ahead and maybe hold it for 1 to 2 seconds and then move on to the next rep. So there's not too much you're going to be able to see, but like I said, I'm really just activating certain muscle groups to prepare myself for larger exercises. So I'll do about 2-3 more here and relax. So glute and scap squeeze. The other one is actually a video that I did about a week ago, and that's going to be hinging. So this particular exercise really sets up your hips for mobility, but then also in a good way will work your core in addition to the lower back, which is a part of the core. And in addition to that, you're going to get some good hamstring motion. So there's a lot of things that go on with this hip hinging exercise, and I'm really just going to stick my butt out, kind of bend at the waist here, and then I take my upper body and bring it slightly parallel to the floor, and you can kind of envision this door hinge type of motion where I'm almost closing my body. So I'm going to go with this one for about 10 reps as well. Here we're kind of 5 or so in. Feel a little bit of stretch in the hamstrings, a little bit of work in the core and the low back, but in a good way, because I know we can always fear different exercises that make us feel anything in the lower back, but in this instance, for me, it's good. I'm going to continue to knock this out, even throw in a glute squeeze at the top of the motion. I have a little bend to my knee. I'm not completely stiff, and I never really want to be completely stiff with any exercise. And And I'm just going to knock a couple more out. And relax. So some hip hinging, you can modify it and kind of make it a little more difficult on yourself by having your hands behind your head so that they're not able to help out too much with this motion. But it really is just bending and ensuring that your hips start the motion off and that you don't round at the spine, rather you hinge and you still keep a flat back. So that's the one exercise that I wanted to go over. Moving on to the band here, which I stated this is something that I'm going to go over more and more because I'm such a fan of this type of exercise equipment. It is something that you can bring anywhere with you. It's very lightweight, and it just adds the type of stimulus that body weight can't necessarily give you. So I'm not saying that this is a requirement to exercise, but it can really enhance any program or any protocol that you're currently doing. So the first one is the band's pretty long, so I just kind of wrap my hands around it a little bit, get it to where it's a good length, and then I'm going to do what's called a pull apart, where I stick my arms directly out and I just open up the band. And I'll give you a side view here. I got my arms straight out, little pinch in the shoulder blades because I'm focused and I'm cognizant of my posture, and then I just open up. So this is what I call a band pull apart. I'll do about 5 more here to give you that 10 rep demonstration. 6, 7, open my arms up completely. 8, 9, and 10. So there we have the band pull aparts. It's really working kind of the posterior, the back part of my body. And whenever you work, which a lot of these postural exercises have to do with the back of your body, whenever you work and tighten up those areas in a good way, that's what's going to set you up to opening your posture versus working nothing but the front and kind of closing yourself in. So a lot of these postural exercises have to do with working the back of your body. And then the last one I'm going to do, I'm actually going to loop this band under my couch where I have one of the legs of the couch. And when it comes to using a band at home, you can kind of connect it to the door. Really anything that you can loop it under will work so that you can do a lot of these rowing activities. I'm just going to use my couch here. It's right in front of the camera. It makes sense. So that's what I'll do right now. And then what I'm able to do is actually take a step back and I can do single arm rowing activities because I now have my band kind of positioned and stabilized at that, and it's fixed at the end of the couch. So I'm going to go ahead and take my band and I'm going to do single arm rowing activities. I am pulling straight back, pinching my shoulder blades. I'm going to do about 10 each arm. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch. I'm just pulling directly in. I could take a further step back and make this a little more difficult on myself. That's the good thing about a band, is you can really choose the difficulty level by just how far you walk, how close you are to the fixed point. When I came to the pull apart exercise where I opened up, I could have allowed a little more length so that it wasn't as difficult to pull out like that. So the good thing about a band is you choose the intensity, really. Couple more here, and hopefully you'll be able to see how pulling back like this and pinching my shoulder blades is very similar to that first exercise where I just body weight did a scap squeeze. So we're focusing on a lot of the same types of movements. A couple more on this arm. And I'm going to relax. There you have it. So as a recap to those 4 postural exercises, reminder, not the end-all be-all as far as exercise selection. There are so many more exercises you're going to want to do, but as far as a starter, just working on exercises of the back of my body is going to tighten me up and open me up versus allowing me to collapse. So we have the glute and scap squeeze, we have the hinge, which is going to help with almost every exercise. Then you have a couple banded exercises where I had the pull aparts for the back of my shoulder, a little bit of core just due to the intensity. And then I went ahead and fixed my band to the bottom of my couch so that there was a little bit of a downward angle, and I just did a single arm rowing activity. Both arms about 10 reps apiece. If I wanted to turn this into more of a workout, I could have taken smaller breaks and have just done anywhere from 1 to 3 sets per exercise, so that when it's all said and done, if I'm doing 30 repetitions per exercise, I'm over 100 reps when you add it all together, which is a pretty good kind of mini workout volume. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any feedback or comments, or you need help with more postural exercises, we are here to support you, here to help you. We also have our own bands. If you guys are looking into getting some form of exercise equipment, we actually now sell bands and medicine balls. So if you're looking to tap into some more exercise equipment that you can do at home, go ahead and let us know and we'll hook you up with that. All right, guys, take it easy. I will talk to you next video.